Okay, still on 1.3. The Genesis House. Genesis House in Chicago, phenomenal. Their numbers, incredible. I finally found some numbers I can work with from some people on the front line. Chicago, Genesis House, I love you, man. I love you women, too. I really love women. At any rate, 100,000 to 300,000 juvenile prostitutes per their estimates. Per their estimates, Chicago has 50,000 prostitutes. It costs Chicago, the state of Illinois, $25,000 to incarcerate that prostitute for 1 year. If they have one child, which 81% of them do, that cost doubles. What I did is I went ahead, if you were to bust all of Chicago's prostitutes, how much would it cost the city of Chicago, Illinois? $1,250,000,000 just for the basic incarceration of the prostitutes, $1,012,500,000 to take care of 81% of them who have at least one kid, per their own numbers. So an annual cost of the city of Chicago, people of Illinois, $2,262,500,000 just to get your 50,000 prostitutes off the streets for a year. In the meantime, Chicago, what I did is I took their 50,000 and I went with that estimated average of 1.25 million nationwide. That means Chicago only represents 4% of America's prostitutes. 4%. So I needed a number to work with. So $2,262,500,000 is 4% of the total cost at a national level to actually incarcerate prostitutes for 1 year is what I was looking for, which was $56,562,500,000 if we were to actually round them all up at once and all these different studies numbers jive. Now, that was only incarceration. To bust them, I just threw it out there, $2,000 a piece, thereabouts. I know it's more. I know it's a lot more, actually, if you break it down, especially when you get through judicial and everything else. But you're looking at $2.5 billion, or we're almost $60 billion in savings now to bust them, take them through the court system, and lock them up for a year. $59,062,500,000. Now, those numbers somewhat jive with the reality that we're apparently busting 100,000 prostitutes each year, and that's coming at a minimum annual expense based on the theoretical math that I'm allowed to work with here, or I have to work with here, of $4.525 billion. And that's only 8%. 100,000 is only 8% of the estimated amount of prostitutes out there on average. Keeping in mind, some of these, a lot of these, are little kids. In those numbers, at least 300,000 of them are little boys waiting for chicken hawks to come preying on them. So that leaves us with 92%. 92% of the problem is still unsolved, as everything is at this moment. But we're about to resolve all that with the Papa, because the kids will be off the street. We'll be busting pedophiles left and right. Chicken hawks, bulldogs, if you're preying on little girls, I don't care if you're a chicken hawk man, chicken hawk woman. You're preying on little kids. You're preying on little kids. We're going to throw your ass away. In the meantime, these are revenues we're going to save by not having to bust them. Hell, they're going to pay us for protection. The government is the new pimp, and the pimps that are out there now are going to be handled with a new mental health program, which includes physical castration and life without. Then they can go try to pimp one of their new roommates that's in there for slaughtering a bunch of people, or burning down a bunch of houses. It's violent people with violent people. We're going to throw your ass away. Special housing. You're gone.